everyone, and welcome back to my videos. In this video, I'm giving you a foster care update if you've been following along in my foster care journey. I am a homeschool mom of 5, and we now have 7 children in our house. So I wanted to give you all an update on our 2 placements that came in the middle of the night. So for those of you who don't know, maybe you're new to my channel, we have decided to, as a family, and I am a mom of 5, to do foster care for a year, something that we set out as a ministry for our family, as a way to do missions here locally, to teach our kids contribution, generosity, and to work together as a family team to serve our local community. And so our first call was in the middle of the night at 12 a.m. I got the call and they said, I have 2 boys, they're 2 and 7. They were homeless, living in dire situations. Mom, dad's not available, and we haven't found any family that can take them at the moment. Can you take them in? This is an emergency placement. And I was just like, you know, kind of like half awake. So I said, let me just give you a call back in the morning. And they said, no, we need to know an answer now, because this is an emergency placement and these kids need a place to stay overnight. And so I said, okay, give me a few minutes and I'll talk to my husband and see if we can take them in. So I went ahead and I talked to my husband and we both agreed. And the house was pretty organized. I already had the area set up for placements. So around 2:30 in the morning, they pull up with the boys. Most of my household was sleeping. I was the only one awake at that point. And the boys were actually sleeping in the car when the investigator brought them over. And the 7-year-old, we were able to carry him and put him straight to bed. The 2-year-old, he kind of woke up in the process of getting him out of the car seat. And so that was hard because he was in terror. He was afraid. He was confused. He didn't know where he was. And so they dropped him off. They only had like one little backpack with like the oldest, some schoolwork that he had in there. And this stuff looks like really old schoolwork, like maybe like from last year. But their clothes and the way that they smelled, you can tell that they were not living in good situations. So so I just put him in bed, and the 2-year-old, when I put him down, he was so afraid. And I think like at that point, like it's some of the things that when you go through foster care, these are some of the things that you're never gonna be able to unsee. So this 2-year-old, the look that he had in his eyes, having his whole world turned upside down, and the way that he looked at everything, his eyes they were wide open. It was devastating. It was heartbreaking for me to see him experience that, and to now be in a house with a stranger. So when I tried to put him to sleep in the crib, he was not sleeping. He was looking around. He was very scared. He started to cry. So I took him out and I lied down on the couch with him, and we pretty much both fell asleep together. In the morning, I woke up early because I knew that the 7-year-old would wake up and would be also in terror because he's waking up in a stranger's house. So I needed to like get up early, make breakfast, And also think about what I was gonna tell this little 7-year-old who's like waking up in another person's house, in stranger's house, and you know, his world has changed so much just overnight. So I was just praying to the Lord, oh Father, just give me the words to say to this little boy. So his 2-year-old brother was awake. He still hadn't waken up, and it was like late morning now. But I could tell like he was awake, but he wasn't opening his eyes, and he was like holding on to this like little teddy bear that the police officers had given him. And so like I started rubbing his back, and I was calling him by his name and saying, "Good morning." And you could tell like he was awake, but he wasn't opening his eyes, and he was like shaking, which was completely heartbreaking for me to watch. So then I said, okay, well, let's leave him be, and let's go take his brother a bath, because we needed to do that right away. And I needed to get that clothes like literally out of the house because of the smell. And I needed to just give him everything new. And so gladly they brought this bag that was put together by a Christian organization that had like diapers and clothes. It had a few outfits in there. It had some shoes. It had like all the basic essentials that I needed, like baby wash, all those things. So went ahead and I started taking his little brother a bath, which he didn't mind at all, and he enjoyed being in there. And he was being very cooperative. And at that point, when I went to take his brother a bath, his older brother wakes up, and he sees my children, and he's like very sad. He's like looking down, looking around, and I think what prompted him to get up was the fact that I was taking his brother a bath, and he's overprotective over his brother, and he wanted to see what was going on. So he came over, and I said, "Good morning. My name is JD. You can call me Mrs. JD, or you can call me JD. You're gonna be in my house for a little while I take care of you until things get better with your family, and you're gonna be safe here. We have 5 kids in the house, and we are gonna have everything that you need here." And he didn't respond. He was looking down, obviously upset and scared. He did start opening up a little bit and telling me like what happened, like his living situation. And I can't, because of their privacy of these boys, I can't share any of that here. I wish I could, because it could give you a background of how like awful, like you wouldn't think that people in this country live like this, that you wouldn't even believe it. I would just like, just to give you a perspective of homelessness, like you could be living in a car for years, you could be living in a motel, you could be living under a bridge, but you could still be going to school, and you could be go unnoticed that you are homeless. And so when these boys came to me, I came to realize that they lacked a lot of basic skills that normal kids had and knew about. And so, you know, I asked him, "Do you know how to take a shower?" Because it was his turn to take a bath or a shower. And he said, "No." He said, "I don't take baths or showers. My mom takes me a bath with paper towels." And so I said, "Okay, well, do you want to hop in and I'll show you how to do that?" And he was willing. And so I think they liked the water, they liked the bath toys, and they liked being in there. So that was helpful for me. So I taught him how to do it. Then when it came to teeth brushing, again, they didn't brush their teeth. That's not a thing they do. So I taught him and his brother both to brush their teeth. I was brushing the little one's teeth. And then I realized that I was gonna have to teach them everything, as they've never been in a house before, and it was gonna be all time, and it was all time consuming, because if you gave them something that, like a wrapper they would throw it on the floor. There was no concept of, okay, here's the garbage, or like if they take something off, they just leave it on the floor. So there was like a wildness, like an unknowing of a lot of things and manners and things. So that was what we were working on that whole first day and the whole week that they've actually been here. But it's just heartbreaking to see these boys come through and know that not too far away from us, kids live like this. And you know, it was during the holidays, and just thinking about the loss, how these boys' life got turned upside down, but at the same time a blessing in disguise, because they've come into my home and there's so much love in my house, so much care, so much that I could share with them, that I'm just so happy that they've landed in my home. We don't know how long they're gonna be here, because that's how foster care is. So they're looking for family members right now through all of the state to see if someone would be able to step up for these boys, because they have no one right now, which is really, really sad for me to even know. I can't share a lot more than what I've already shared. I'm gonna continue sharing my journey, because there's a lot of things that I'm learning about kids, hyperactivity, ADHD, trauma, that I would love to share on this channel, that I would love to share my experiences with as we get these boys ready. Teach them basic skills. We're this like transition space for them, where they're coming into our home, they're learning basic skills, they're learning how to eat healthy. That's another thing. Eating healthy is not something that they did. When I asked them, what did you eat for breakfast, what are some things, the older boy said, we ate McDonald's for breakfast every day. And so they don't eat fruit, they don't eat yogurt, they don't eat cheese sticks, which are like my go-tos, like for a lot of like snacking and breakfast things. They don't eat pancakes, like waffles, like all those things, like they don't eat them. And I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to be really creative here. So we did give them some cereal for breakfast, and the little one, I started putting things on the high chair for him that he started trying. So that's been good, but it's been a real challenge, because like just imagine you don't have a refrigerator, so you don't have these healthy things at home, and you're eating in the street from what you can. And so definitely establishing those healthy habits. I'm also doing a routine with them every day, which is like every day we're going upstairs. It's 7:30. I have a time, and it's time to brush your teeth. It's time to get in the bath. And I make it a really nice bath for them, where I put toys in there, and it's a nice bath. It's the same time every day. We're taking a bath, brushing teeth, putting pajamas on, and getting into bed. And I'm putting some lullabies on for them so that they can sleep. It's been really hard to get these boys to sleep. They are not used to sleeping in like beds or away from people, so it's been a real challenge. I've had to sleep with them, and it's been really, really hard on me. They wake up at night just in terror and scared and afraid, and just what they've experienced before they came here. Right before they came here, there was a traumatic event that happened, and so, you know, guiding them through that and saying, you're okay, like the nightmares that the older one wakes up to, has been truly just God's grace giving me the love, the patience, the understanding to help these boys. And so I see things getting better little by little. There's progress. I would love to continue sharing with you our journey, and our routine that I'm establishing for them is so securing for them. It's so predictable. And I'm sharing all about that in my private community, where I share like all of the inside things that I do at home, like my routines, my meal planning, all of those things I share like in my private club. It's called Bloom Sisters. I'll link it below if you want to follow me on there. But stay posted also here on YouTube, where I'm going to continue sharing my journey with these boys. I don't know how long they're going to stay. I'm actually going to be signing up the oldest one for school. He's in 2nd grade, so I'm signing him up for school. And the young one, I'm able to utilize daycare, and I will be utilizing it to help me because like I said, I have 5 kids. I homeschool. I work from home too, so I get to be able to utilize that. It takes a village, you guys. It really takes a village to be able to have this many kids, 7 kids at home. And so I'm utilizing all of the resources that I can. I'm not gonna leave them there for that long, just until like 3-4 o'clock, until I'm done with my work and I'm done with my homeschool. But that's what is going to happen from now on. Everything is covered also by the state, and so the state covers all of the fees for the daycare, for their medical, for all of those things. So it's been quite the journey. It's been very rewarding, very eye-opening. I think it's opening up my kids to a wider view of the world and not so narrow. I think kids in this country are so entitled. They're not appreciative of what they have. These kids coming into my home, this is like a mansion to them. This is like, wow, like their dream, you know. And my kids live here on a daily basis, and I don't think they appreciate it. But I think for them, seeing these kids come through, seeing the conditions they came in, and seeing and being working as a team, because this is a team effort. There's no way that I would be able to do it without my kids. And they've been so loving and so helpful to play with the boys, take them outside, to help me with the tantrums, to help me with all the things going on. They've been so helpful, and so it's going to be an experience that they're never going to forget as a family. So I'm so happy to be able to serve our local community that way, but also it's something that I wanted my kids to experience. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned. If you want to see more videos about my foster care journey, like if you like these type of videos, please give it a thumbs up so that I know that I should continue making these type of videos for you and these updates on our foster care journey and our boys. And other than that, thank you so much for watching. I gotta go because I've got 7 kids to take care of, and I just took some minutes here while they were having breakfast to come and make this video. If you're not part of my private community, come join me. It's a wonderful community of moms. I make private videos on there. We share all types of things, moms from all over the world, and it's a very resourceful place. I hope that you have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.